A man drank 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes. This is what happened to his organs. JS is a 36-year-old man presenting to the emergency room with breakthrough abdominal pain.
That's never happened to me before. I've never had an energy drink, I don't think. I've never had a Red Bull. Chat, I've never had a Red Bull. Oh my fucking God. Whoa.
He tries to tell the admitting...
I've never had a Red Bull, a Monster. It's mad energy drinks I've never had. Wait, what's that one that's in a blue... It's in a blue or red... bottle. I've never had a Nas. No, not coffee. Not Prime. I've never had Prime, but I've never had a want for Prime. I've never had Mountain Dew. Never had a Monster. I don't know what Celsius is. I had a 5-hour energy before. I had one of those when I was moving and I got no sleep. That was literally 2022. And it did a good job of keeping me up. Gatorade. I've never had a Gatorade. Never had a Gatorade. Never had a Monster. Never had a Red Bull. Never had a Celsius. Never had a Bang. Never had a Monster. I'm pretty sure I said that again. Never had a Powerade. I've never had Gatorade in my life. I swear. I swear. I'm not lying. I got no reason to lie about that. I'm not saying I didn't drink soda. I drank soda, but I've never drank energy drinks. It's never like, I don't know if it's because like my parent, like I drink shit like this. This is fucking tart cherry juice. This is the shit that I would somewhat take in when I was a kid if I wanted like a lot of sugar or something. But I always was advised away from energy drinks. You look like Four Loko. Wait, Loco? I don't know what that means. Old people juice as a kid? You could say it's old people juice, but like that's also why my skin looked the way it do. And y'all keep talking about the pushing 30 shit, you know, and asking what the routine is. Not even trying to dick ride though. I'm not trying to dick ride. I'm just saying though, like I never had energy drinks like that. That's crazy.
Nurse, what was
You're right. Old people juice is a V8, and I've never had a V8 either.
happening? But he had to grip the...
Do a taste
test of all of them on stream.
Why, so I can end up like this nigga? Nah.
The armrests of his chair to stop himself from emptying his stomach.
Excuse me for finishing swallowing my beverage, fries. You can misspell every other message, but I gotta not like taste what I'm drinking. Okay.
Under her shoes again. You see, JS was a man living the dream. When he was growing up in the 80s, he was always around video games. His parents liked playing them, but JS didn't have friends who played video games because he really didn't have any friends at all.
Damn.
When he was 14 in 1998, Pokemon had just come out. Some of the Pokemon in Red and Blue could only be had if players traded with each other on their Game Boys, but because JS didn't have any friends, he could never make the trades needed to get those Pokemon.
Y'all remember the Nintendo DS days? I remember those days. I didn't even own one. I think my friend lent me one for a little while. We played every now and again. Damn. I remember the first time I played Sonic Advance. Oh my God. I was introduced to a whole new world. Never had a Game Boy before that. Shit was crazy.
As the years passed, what JS didn't have as a kid, he tried as hard as he could to have as an adult. If he couldn't have Gengar when he was young, that's a Pokemon that required a trade to get, then JS had a lot of Gengar as an adult. If there were games and movies that he didn't have as a kid, he had them as an adult. But these were material things. If he didn't have friends and recognition as a kid, then he tried as hard as he could to get them as an adult.
Okay.
One day at his workplace, JS thought it would be funny to chug some energy drinks. The admin loved to stock them in the fridge, and the company always touted the drinks as a wonderful benefit for a great place to work.
He's one of those people that, you know, I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, but I'm gonna make an effort to try to make more friends now. That's a normal person approach. You don't see that as often. I like that, man.
At the table now.
I hope you didn't die from this.
Now, JS wanted to put on a show. He was going to chug 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes, and it was going to be legendary. At first, it felt cold on the way down. He could feel the burn at the back of his throat, but as the cans continued, the burn started to become discomfort as it felt like sores were growing and tearing up his mouth. Immediately after chugging all 12 energy drinks, JS didn't feel well. The bottom of his chest was burning.
What made you do this though? Why'd you think this would be funny?
He wasn't sure if it was his stomach or his heart hurting. He was short of breath, and to take his mind off of everything, he started playing some games. As the hours passed, JS could feel his heart fluttering. But this shouldn't be happening, he thought. For him, caffeine never really had much.
Oh. How much caffeine is what I'm drinking right now? Oh, this don't have any. How is that possible? Oh. Wait. Oh. Damn, this has got a lot of potassium. I'm really a healthy nigga. This shit crazy.
Much of an effect, even if the
I know it's cherry juice, but it tastes like wine. It's tart. You know, it tastes like it will have caffeine in it, but it don't.
max daily recommendation is 400 milligrams a day. JS easily pushed 7, 8, 900 milligrams during LAN parties and weekend gaming marathons. I must just have good genetics to break down caffeine quickly, he thought. What started as a discomfort at the bottom of his chest started radiating
This
out
makes
to his
realize
back.
Batman chugs an anomaly, he different.
But juice also has a lot of sugar. Yeah, I mean, it's taking me like a week. It's taking me like 2 weeks to drink this whole thing. I take a few sips and then like I just, you know what I'm saying? That usually be it for me. I got another one that I was trying to drink, but I just haven't started it yet.
Between his shoulder blades, JS knew that he was wired. He could feel it all throughout the night while he was playing games and watching his friends stream. He thought taking a small shot of some other drink could help relieve some of his pain.
Oh, brother.
Problems started happening when JS emptied his stomach into the kitchen sink. He had been feeling nauseous for several hours. After letting it all go in the sink, he started feeling even worse.
Oh, damn. I thought he'd feel a little bit better. But that caffeine in you now. You just depleted some liquid. Now you dehydrated. Fuck. It's over.
He could feel his heart beating in his eyes. The back pain would just burn underneath his neck.
Back
and the pain
pain?
in his stomach would come in waves, each one more intense than the last. Anytime he tried drinking some water, that water would come right back up. JS tried holding out for at least a day because he believed that none of this could have been the energy drinks. Those should have already passed through his body, so it must be something else. But finally, JS couldn't eat anymore. He couldn't drink anything anymore, and the pain was so sharp and burning as he calls for 911 and he's brought to the emergency room where we are now. Doctors noticed that JS was nauseous. He had already thrown up on the nurse's shoes. His breathing was stressed, and he said that his abdominal pain would radiate to his back, like someone had taken a crowbar and started prying it apart. A blood test finds that JS has hyperglycemia.
Of course.
Hyper meaning high. Glycemia referring to glucose.
I would assume, Mr. Doctor, hyper probably isn't the lowest of the tier when it comes to this. I would assume hyper is like the next level.
It's another name for sugar, and emia meaning presence in blood. High sugar presence in blood. Each can that JS drank had more than 50 grams of sugar. 12 cans means that
Each can?
Each can that JS drank had more than 50.
What the fuck? Why are they selling this? This gotta be illegal. How the fuck are there 54 grams of sugar in a can? Nigga, look at the fucking niacin. No, this is why I can't. This is why. This right here is why I can't drink energy drinks.
Sugar.
I'm glad I don't, but if I could, or if I did, this would be the reason. This shit right here, this substance, gets me lightheaded off like 3 milligrams. I remember, I forgot what point it was. I don't even remember when I took it. I think it was a supplement, and I grabbed one. It was just such a small amount. I don't even need it. I took a little small amount. I think it was a gummy. It was a fucking gummy. I was nauseous the entire fucking day off one gummy. This right here, nah, it's not for me. That's not for me. I don't need it.
12 cans means that he chugged over 1 pound of sugar in 10 minutes, so hyperglycemia should make sense. But the problem is, he chugged those energy drinks more than a day ago. He hadn't eaten anything afterwards because his abdomen just hurt so much, and the body typically tries to get rid of excess blood sugar as quickly
Nigga said laced gummy
as possible, so sugar shouldn't be high in his blood. The pancreas releases insulin to lower blood sugar. JS has abdominal pain and the pancreas is in the abdomen. There could be a problem with his pancreas. Maybe it's not
look like a carrot.
releasing.
I'm just I'm just saying what it looks like, bro.
insulin. Maybe something is blocking it from releasing that insulin, or maybe it is releasing it and his body isn't responding to that insulin. This could mean that JS has diabetes, but that isn't in his medical record, and another test of his long-term blood sugar levels suggests he had pre-diabetes.
Pre-beaties, all right.
But doctors have a different idea of what could be happening. In the emergency room, doctors use an ultrasound machine to get an idea of what's happening to JS's pancreas. Maybe a gallstone is blocking it, backing up flow and
Oh, a gallstone, fuck.
causing problems, but they didn't see anything there. As they sent him in for a higher resolution scan, more results come back from the lab. JS has hyperlipasemia, high lipase presence in blood.
I just stay in the fucking machine at that point, bro. Imagine, imagine you go to the doctor, bro. You got some lodged in your finger or whatnot. You need an X-ray or some shit like that, and they're like, "Well, actually, you got 7 tumors that we need to talk about." Oh yeah, what's that lodged in your anus right there too? Like, what the fuck? That it's your phone? That's weird as fuck. Why are you doing that? That's y'all for real. I'm just saying though, like, I don't know. That's why I get why people don't like to go to the doctor, but especially if you haven't been in a long time. But at the same time, it's just like, wow, man. Like, if I don't go, I'm gonna die.
Lip from Greek lipos, referring to lipids or fats, and ase referring to enzyme. High fat-degrading enzyme presence in blood. Lipase comes from the pancreas. It helps us digest the fats that we eat from our diet.
I knew
If
that.
its levels are high in the blood, then it means that the pancreas is leaking it out. And if it digests fat, and the pancreas is partially made of fat, then it means that JS's pancreas is starting to digest itself.
So you corrupting yourself.
The abdominal pain radiating
Self-eater.
to his back, the nonstop nausea and vomiting, the inability to keep anything down, and the hyperlipasemia. All of these together meaning that JS has acute pancreatitis. Itis meaning an inflammation of the pancreas.
I knew that from my many years in the medical Google.
Because something happened to it, enzymes started leaking out of it, and it's now starting to digest itself. Acute, meaning that all of this is happening suddenly, and the medical team wants to know why. In the emergency room, doctors don't know that JS had chugged 12 energy drinks in 10 minutes. He didn't tell them that. What doctors do ask him is if JS consumes a lot of alcohol. Because he's young, excess alcohol may not have permanently damaged the liver yet. That takes some time.
That looked like the end of a couch, a leather couch.
But it can hurt the pancreas.
Oh no, it does look like. Never mind.
Suddenly. It's the second most
Ew.
common reason for pancreatitis after gallstones, which the ultrasound showed JS didn't have. JS did say that he did have 1 shot of liquor after the pain had started. They took his word for it, but they were suspicious, thinking that it may have been more than just a shot. But the reality was he took that shot several hours after the pain had already become severe, and doctors just had no idea about the 12 energy drink.
Damn, bro. I'm snitching on myself immediately. Like, why do I gotta keep information from the doctor? Especially if I feel like I'm about to die.
JS was started on IV fluids. He was dehydrated because he couldn't keep any water down. They give him medicines for the pain because it's so excruciating, and everything seemed to be okay, but only for a short time. When body parts appear to be damaged, the immune system reacts. This is to protect you. The problem is, sometimes the immune system overreacts.
Damn, bro. I hate this. Now your whole shit fucked. And this is why there's this argument against people who like to go everything naturally, like you're taking medicine because your body can't handle shit. Like, no, sometimes your body is just too proactive in trying to defend you, and the symptoms that you're trying to fight is what kills you, and not the virus or the problem itself. Even though the problem itself, I think, actually did probably do whatever it's going to end up doing to bro right here. But this is fucking amazing. Like, bad amazing, but like amazing to see.
Does that overreaction when it shouldn't be reacting in the first place. JS's pancreas digesting itself is body part damage, so the immune system is there trying to protect him from that damage. But when inflammation, pancreatitis, happens, the area can start to swell with fluid, and in JS, where his pancreas was supposed to be, is starting to swell with fluid. Typically in a
This is normal? Yeah, no, it's not for a lot of people. Some people can't actually handle when their immune system response is too severe, and then they need medication to suppress their immune system. But when you suppress the immune system, you open yourself up to potentially more viruses and bacteria, which is why you generally need to be in a more enclosed space. That was one of the big issues with COVID, especially as well. But with this, yeah, this nigga gonna die.
36-year-old man with no diagnosed past medical history, this kind of pancreatitis resolves itself. The medical team elects to watch and wait because even though his abdomen is swelling with fluid, doing surgery and cutting him open could be doing more harm than good.
Cut me open? What, and get the Monster's energy drinks out? Are they gonna drain them?
Even if the image looks scary, the body has a way of healing itself, and as a few days pass, things seem to be holding steady. JS probably didn't need to have surgery, and he's probably ready to go home, they thought. As the medical team gets ready to discharge him from the hospital, everything seems to be going smoothly. But as the hours pass, JS starts to get chills. He starts running a fever as his blood pressure starts to drop. His heart is trying to keep up by pumping harder and faster, but it's not enough. Another CT scan finds that gas is now in the space where the fluid was swelling. The stomach...
What, they gonna put a catheter in them now?
And the intestines have some air in them, but they're usually closed off so their contents don't leak into the abdomen. So, if JS's stomach isn't punctured, then where could this gas be coming from? A blood test finds that not only are JS's liver and kidney starting to shut down now, but that he now has an infection. If bacteria and fungus floating around in the abdomen outside of the stomach can produce gas, then it means that fluid buildup from his inflamed pancreas is now infected. But
yeah, man, it's just too much at this point, bro. I'm not saying that I'm gonna let people go, but like at this point, bro, I'm a doctor, bro. Nigga, what the fuck you want me to do now? We done seen you all day long. You don't tell me that you consume 25 Monster energy drinks. Like, bro, it's like, I don't want to be that guy, but like, what the fuck do you want me to do now? How do I fix this? I can't fix you, bro. You're done. Obviously, you can't say that, so I'd be like, hey, bro, take this. Just go to sleep real quick. Like, that's the type of doctor I'd be. Like, that's probably why I wouldn't have a license, or like I wouldn't be like a professional. Thank you. Thank God you're not a doctor. Nah, I would go above and beyond for kids, bro. But like when you consume 12 Monster energy drinks, bro, it's like, what do you want me to tell you? What can I do at this point?
it doesn't...
That's malpractice, OMG. That's why I'm not a doctor. It's not malpractice if I'm not a doctor, bro. It's just murder.
Just stop there. Whatever is infecting him has now spilled into his bloodstream. The immune system detects this and tries to react again by dilating the body's blood vessels, but this drops the blood pressure. Adequate oxygen can't get to the organs like the liver and the kidneys as they start to shut down. JS comes in and out of consciousness as limited oxygen gets to his brain. All of this happening from pancreatitis in JS that came from chugging excess energy drinks as he finally utters to the medical team what happened. But why did this happen? Good question. Generally, most people know that energy drinks can be dangerous when consumed in huge excess. If you have one once in a while and you're young and healthy, it's probably not a big deal. But if you start chugging multiple cans back to back, then bad things are probably going to happen.
But how do you do that, though? Energy drinks don't even taste good. I have no knowledge, though, because I've never had one, for real. Except that 5-hour energy. But from what I tasted, it was bitter. It tasted high in caffeine and in sugar. And it was weird, but it tasted dry. Like, I need to consume liquids that give me some type of, like, what do you call that? Like liquid nourishment or some shit like that. I forgot what it's called, but like a dry wine. Yeah, it was a little tart, but it didn't taste like I was hydrating myself. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, energy drink or soda isn't supposed to do that, but how do you keep drinking them back to back? Vitamin water? I don't even know what that is.
Most people immediately think of the caffeine content. Each can that JS drank had 160 milligrams of caffeine, so 2 cans can get you very close to that recommended daily limit. Too much caffeine can make you wired, make your heart race, your breathing will become fast, it'll make you shaky and jumpy, and in some people, lots of caffeine will feel like a panic attack. This energy drink cardiotoxicity has been documented. Check out this video from my cardiologist friend Medlife Crisis, link in the description below. Energy drinks are more than just caffeine, and we don't exactly know how much of any one of these ingredients are in a single can. No one intended for someone to chug 5.5 liters of anything in 10 minutes. What we do know is that there might be an association with excess energy drink consumption and pancreatitis. It's not just the caffeine and the stimulants in there that'll get you in your heart. Whether it's chugging 12 cans in 10 minutes or drinking 3, 4, 5, 6 cans a day every day, the pancreas can get injured. We can't experiment on people in this setting because we can't give everyone huge amounts of energy drink until their pancreas starts digesting itself. And of the people who do drink 6 cans a day, we can't cut them open and look at their pancreas at any given time because it's buried so deep inside the human body. For JS, this became a wake-up call for him for his health. He didn't have diabetes, but the blood test said pre-diabetes.
Pre-beaties, so they saying get your ass in there. I don't know what you do to beat pre-beaties, but they're giving him a warning. Would you chug 10 straight for 10 mil? I would drink 10 energy drinks for $10 million. Yes. I'm not chugging them, though. I could chug them, but I would do 1 a day for 10 days straight. They didn't say I had to do them back to back. They just said 10 straight. I'm going to chug each one. 1 per day. 10 mil.
He didn't have hypertriglyceridemia, which can come from diabetes and cause pancreatitis. But the lesson is, pancreatitis can spiral out of control very quickly, even when the patient looks great and ready to go home, just like JS. He was holding steady until his organs just suddenly shut down because the inflammation got infected and spilled into his blood. With supportive care and antibiotics, a diligent medical team, and a renewed sense of life, realizing that he had everything that he could ever want, JS was able to make a recovery.
Yes, man. Thank you. Finally a decent, I won't call it a happy ending, but it's a learning experience, you know? Good, finally. This nigga bald as shit. Oh no, he's not bald. He's photoshopped. But this is good. I'm happy. Happy when people are able to learn from their mistakes. Nobody should have a mistake. I mean, this is a mistake and a regret. Obviously, it's really fucking stupid to consume 12 energy drinks back to back, but you don't think it's going to kill you. I'm sure he didn't think it was going to kill him. I mean, it could have, but he didn't think that that was going to be the reality. Cautionary tale, yeah. Same illness that almost took Gramps out. Glad he survived. Oh, you mean the illness? I'm stupid. I thought you meant Gramps chugged 12 Monster energy drinks. Shit, I thought he was going to die. I thought he was going to die too. Man squatted 500 pounds after chugging 3. I'm sorry, it sounds fucked up.